going on, Jeromes? Happy 4th of July out there to my fellow Americans and to the rest of the world. Happy Thursday, and especially the Brits. It's just like, hey, the Brits losing to the colonies. I mean, basically, they just blew a 3-0 lead. Happens, man. It's like the greatest, the world's greatest power, the number one navy, pretty good land army at that time, great leadership militarily, and you still lose to a bunch of jabronis with muskets and a guy with fake teeth. How's it feel? How's it feel, bro? Happens, man. Right. But America, very proud of my home. Got a lot of things to work on, but you can still hold both thoughts in your head at the same time, right? So there you go. Also, Jordan Addison over in England. So Addison, Metellus, is some other Vikings players over there in England and promoting things on Sky Sports. The London series. Vikings take on the Jets week 5 at Tottenham Stadium. To dare is to do to never win the Premier League. And as a Liverpool fan, I can finally say that because they won during the Rona. That's all. Can't tell me nothing. But Addison over there hyping things up. I feel like Jordan Addison's getting overrated. Overlooked. Definitely not overrated. Getting overlooked because there's all this hype. It's like, oh, Zay Jones year 2. Oh, not Zay Jones. Zay Flowers year 2. Jackson Smith and Jigba year 2. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Nah, he's going to be the guy. Because it truly is going to be a pick-your-poison situation. No matter who the hell is at quarterback, no matter what the hell the Vikings do on offense, Jefferson or Addison, who basically the defense gets to decide who's going to whip their ass. If you single up Jefferson, you're dead. If you single up Addison, you're done. All right, so I can't wait for it, man. Like, the Vikings literally have two aces at receiver. And I think quickly, by the end of the season, I think that Addison and Jefferson will be regarded as the best receiver duo in the league, hands down. I understand there's a lot of competition right now for that number one spot, but I feel like at the end of the year, it will be hands down. This is the... That's right, man. That's right. Vikes fan page put this out. Vikings defensive backs putting in work. Vikings defensive backs carry on my Jayward son, as well as Dwight Schrute McLaughlin. I don't know. We can come up with something better. Both in the far left at the Cover One Elite Camp hosted by Texans Derek Stingley Jr. Down in Hawaii. And also his father, Derek Stingley Sr., is a main coach and leader of that camp and second year running there. And it's fantastic. And I love seeing the players putting in the work. Yes, this is your off season. Yes, this is your vacation time. But you can do two things at once. So you're in Hawaii, you're working on your craft with some of the elite minds at your position, and you're developing new friendships and growing your networking base and all that stuff. I mean, it's a win-win-win no matter what. That's what it is, man. That's right. I mean, there's only so many Mai Tais that you can sip on the beach in Mexico. That's it, man. Also, speaking of getting together, so Diamond Dallas Turner, right, bad, is with the D-Line Summit out in L.A. So Kalijah Cansey posted. I love Kalijah Cansey, man. I feel like you always got to be careful about those undersized Pittsburgh defensive tackles, right? Because everyone just is like, oh, it's going to be Aaron Donald. I mean, that's what we had with Jalen, but it didn't quite work out. But Kalijah Cansey's a bad dude. Also, Dallas Turner. Love the T-shirt. It's fantastic, man. Also, I want to know if Dallas Turner's glasses are prescription or if they're just decorative, because I feel like that'd be. I feel like if they're prescription, Turner should not wear his contacts on game day and literally just wear the glasses, like was it Brandon Bulworth? Yeah, for Arkansas, the walk-on inspirational story. Just wear them, or the Colts kicker Rodrigo, whatever it was. But how would it just feel like if you got a dude who's wearing the lens crafters and all of a sudden he sacks your ass 3 times a game, or if you're a tackle and you get beat, you get your ass beat by lens crafters. It'd be great, man. It's great. But Dwayne Carter, the pride of Duke, I wanted Carter so bad, as well as Latu, who, I mean. Respect to Latu, respect to Jared Verse, respect to Byron Murphy, respect to everyone. I love Dallas Turner, man. I think the Vikings got themselves the steal of the draft at number 17. I think that's how it's going to work out. Yeah, but like I said, it's a lot like the DB camp with the Stingleys, where you're working on your craft, you're gathering new ideas and new techniques, you're getting new information, you're learning from the best of the best, and you're hanging out with your friends, making new friends, and it's beautiful, man. Love to see that. Also love to see, so there's new videos of more workouts coming along. So, Thielen working out with J.J. McCarthy, also C.J. Ham all up in there. Blake Cashman outside. How about that? Looking like every dad at the 4th of July barbecue. Although, replace the tank top with something American, then you basically have that. How do you want your burger done? And then cooks every burger medium. Also, I think I saw KJ Osborne in one of the workout videos too. We're getting the band back together, baby. That's right. Screw the Patriots. I don't know. Speaking of screw, so NFL team values have gone up exponentially. And here's the thing, too. Buying an NFL team is interesting, where it's almost they paraphrased it in Billions, the TV show Showtime, Damian Lewis. Fantastic show. But basically, when you're allowed to buy an NFL team, it's a knighthood. It's a coronation. It's the NFL saying that you are good enough, because there's so many people in the world who could afford a NFL team. Like even Washington selling for $6.05 billion with a B. Walmart buying the Broncos for $4.65. Stupid David Tepper for $2.2 billion. He'll probably come in and take my hat off. But I mean, there's lots of people around the world. I mean, billion with a B is a lot of money. And when there's people with multiple billions of dollars that can easily afford a team. But every single process, it's a bidding war, and it's not even top dollar per se. It's about who is going to own the team, because that still matters, right? I forget who puts it together. Tyler M. Webb. So NFL values in terms of NFL team values in terms of what they were last sold for. Now, each NFL team right now probably vacillates between, I don't know, like $2.5-7 billion. Or like, could you imagine what the Cowboys would sell for right now? I understand that the Cowboys haven't done ish in like the last 30 years, but that doesn't matter in terms of marketability, in terms of international visibility. I mean, or it's like, how much would the Lakers sell for? $20 billion? I think that might be conservative. Same thing with the Cowboys. Like, if the Cowboys were for sale today, $20 billion? I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility. So the Vikings were last sold to the Wilfs from McCombs, who did not move the team to San Antonio, back in 2005 for $600 million. Now, I mean, the Wilfs are great businessmen. So $600 million, and your investment could be 10x if you sold today. Like, if Washington is getting $6 billion, the Vikings are easily getting $6 billion. So at least 10x your investment. It's pretty good. That is really, really damn good, man. Some of these other ones. So you forget, like, some of these teams have been owned by their current owners for a long time. So going back to 1994, you have Robert Kraft and the Patriots at 172. He also owned the stadium and the parking lot, which really helps him leverage being able to buy the team, because they were actually looking to move to St. Louis. Cowboys back in 1989 for $140 million. Jerry Jones, as well as Jimmy Johnson, like the two Arkansas boys coming down to Dallas, and the Dallasites. It's not a term, but they were not happy. Spano, $70 million, 94. The Davis family, Al Davis buying the Raiders in 1966 for $180,000. There's another extremely valuable franchise that hasn't really done anything in the last 30, 40 years. Also, I love some of these old school ones. So you look at the Cardinals, who were formerly in Phoenix. Well, currently in Phoenix. They used to be the Phoenix Cardinals. Isn't that weird? But St. Louis, and then Chicago, and then you have the Titans, who used to be in Houston. Then you have the Chiefs, who weren't the Chiefs used to be the Texans back in the day? I don't know. Steelers $2,500, Giants $500. The Packers not available because I think people just showed up from the factory, just like, let's play some ball, eh? And then I don't know why they're Canadian. And then the Bears for $100. That's pretty amazing that the House family's held on to that team ever since 1920. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Yeah. But all right. So, what would be the top 3 teams right now in terms of value if they sold? Cowboys would be 1. I don't think the Patriots would be worth as much as people would think because Belichick is gone, Brady's gone, and they're going to be in the woods for a long time. Also, remember, before they won their Super Bowl run, the Patriots were bad. Super bad. Right? And, yeah, they made Super Bowl appearances in 96 and 85, but in between them, that team was bad. That team was straight up booty. They played in the Schaefer Stadium, worst stadium in the league. It's rough, man. But I would say Cowboys. I would say the Raiders would be up there in terms of value. And, I mean, it's hard to pick a number 3. Probably the Steelers. Oh, I guess the Chiefs. I mean, if you still have Mahomes, I mean, that doesn't matter. Although they're having some stadium kerfuffle going on right now, but that's whatever. But either way, hey, if we want to crowdfund and buy the Vikings from the Wilfs, all we need is put $6 billion in the Venmo, and we'll go from there. That's right. Shoot for the stars. Shoot for the moon. But if you miss, you'll be amongst the stars, which is stupid because there's no stars even near the moon except for the sun, and that doesn't count. Stupid analogy. Anyways, also, so it's like the meme where you're holding up like the docile little puppy and trying to make him look like a Rottweiler. But the Falcons are just really trying to hype up the whole Kirk Cousins thing. I forgot. I mean, this offseason has been long and, taking the family to undisclosed locations, camping, grilling out and all that stuff. And like, I'm enjoying summer. And you forget that the Falcons gave Kirk Cousins 4 years, $180 million, $100 million guaranteed, and then drafted Penix. But I don't like, this is the look of the dad who's had one too many, and then he realizes that potato salad has been out in the sun for too long, and it's turned. Mayonnaise, man. Make your own mayonnaise. Anyways, but it's good. Also, something's gone viral from the Christian McCaffrey wedding. So besides Kyle Shanahan's mustache, which is slightly off screen, a lot of people are talking about Greg Olsen. Of course, teammates with Christian McCaffrey back in Carolina. But Greg Olsen was enjoying himself, man. Now, there's been a lot of criticism about Greg Olsen in this one. I will contend that if you're not looking like Greg Olsen by the end of a wedding reception, you are not doing it properly. You ain't. All right, it's because you're hanging out with friends and family. You're catching up. You probably haven't seen those folks in a long time. Generally, it's going to be open bar. Generally, it's going to be decent food. Generally, the music's going to be good. So why not? Why the hell not? And plus, you're generally going to be out of town, so you're at a hotel and just like dance the night away. And also, if you're a parent, you're probably going to be away from your kids if it's like a grown-up wedding. Also, what's your stance on weddings that can be requested to be adults only, so no kids? I feel like it's their decision, but also I just might not go. I might not even send a present, or I'll send a cheap present. I'll send like a $25 Blockbuster gift card, or no, Redbox gift card. Ooh, better catch those in, man. Yeah, but like I said, if you're not Greg Olsen by the end of the night, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? Lastly, so 4th of July, a lot of people have a lot of takes about proper 4th of July foods, and of course, I'm no different. And I'm kind of a traditionalist, so of course, I'm big of applying smoke and heat to meat. But I feel like 4th of July, it's less of a barbecue day and it's more of a grilling day. So your dad firing up either the gas grill, but ideally, since it's 4th of July, you got the day off, whatever. The charcoal, firing up the Kingsford. I mean, you get the smoke. Don't get me wrong. Smoking is great, whether you got a stick burner or pellet grill or big green egg, whatever. But there's just something about that charcoal grill in that cheap-ass Weber that just screams summer. Like the the sense, the taste, it's pretty good, man. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with burgers, can't go wrong with brats. If you are, I feel like if you do barbecue, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love brisket, I love pulled pork, I love smoked chicken, everything like that. I could gotta go ribs, right? Or maybe you could do like barbecue chicken thighs, which are really good because, dark meat retains moisture a little bit better. Hit it up with a little bit of barbecue sauce right at the end, get it really tacky, get it really nice. Woo, woo. Sides wise, so I've never been able to make a good potato salad, right? That's one thing that my grandma didn't really pass on to me, but you can't go wrong with like a good potato salad. Also, the wife and I have been really big into like vinegar-based coleslaw, so no mayo in the coleslaw, but it just seems like at cookouts in general, like there's so much rich food that you just need something acidy, right? So the slaw I make, so Southern people call it permanent slaw because you always just like have it in there, and we sort of do that too. So it's really cheap to do too. So dice up a head of cabbage, and you can julienne up some carrots, or you can buy like sliced up carrots. Do that up, as well as some red onion for flavor and some color, and then just like herbs like parsley, cilantro. Sometimes we'll toss in mint if we're doing like an Asian application. It's really really good. So do I will say, don't put the herbs in as you're doing like the pickling of the coleslaw. Like chop that up and just add it in fresh at the end. It's really good. Or dill. It's pretty damn fantastic, man. But vinegar, either sugar or agave, and if we're doing like an Asian application, some like dark soy sauce and sesame oil. It's really good. It's really a little bit of. So get the vegetarian oyster sauce, because I found that actual oyster sauce, it can get a little bit funky since it's sitting and like fermenting. So get like the the fake. Yeah. What are we talking about? Oh yeah, burgers, brats, some really good coleslaw, maybe some potato salad. Roasted corn is fantastic, especially if you do it up like a elote style. Which I understand that's a little bit weird for 4th of July, but not really, because we are a melting pot. I mean, bratwurst come from Germany, potato salad comes from Germany, coleslaw comes from wherever, elote from Mexico. We are a melting pot. That's right, baby. That's right. But have yourself a great 4th of July. Come back with all your phalanges, please. Don't go JPP. Yeah, you know me on this thing. And also, you'll be very respectful of like kids that have bedtimes, launch off fireworks, as well as dogs in the neighborhood. You know what it is. That's right. Anyways, you guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, America.